Hi there, and welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack show. I am Dr. Jack Belitz, your host, chiropractor in Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm here to answer the questions that you ask. Okay, we are going to start off today about antibiotics. I got a question from a patient as to why I suggest that people look at every other option rather than antibiotics. And before we go any further, what I want to emphasize is that the information you're going to get in this video is by no means trying to give you advice in any way whatsoever. It is merely expressing my personal opinion and also here to give you information that you can use to make the decision that is best for your health. Okay, so antibiotics are a very good thing when you have a very serious infection. But they should not, in my opinion, be used on everyday problems. Basically, what antibiotics do is they go in and start killing bacteria. Now, the problem with this is that it doesn't know how to differentiate the good bacteria in your body from the bad bacteria. Now, a lot of people come and say, what the heck do you mean by good bacteria? What do you mean I have good bacteria in my body? Well, think about the inside of your body being like the lawn in your front yard. If you have a beautiful Kentucky Bluegrass lawn, basically, what is it? It is a bunch of seeds that grow a certain type of grass. Now, Kentucky Bluegrass is basically a weed, all right? It's just a plant, no different than a dandelion or any other thing. However, the difference is that our society has decided that Kentucky Bluegrass looks beautiful, is easy to maintain, and sprouts roots, and it gets so thick that other things can't grow in it. And so it has become kind of known as normal for what we look at when we see a front yard. Now, if you were to take a shovel and take a shovel full of dirt out of the middle of your yard and come back in about 3 weeks, you're going to find that a lot of the dirt has actually been taken over by some of the Kentucky Bluegrass. However, you're also going to find some weeds in there too. And why is that? It's because the little dandelion seeds that float in the air from your neighbor's lawn, if they come and they go in the middle of some Kentucky Bluegrass, there's no way for them to root out because that Kentucky Bluegrass is so thick. However, if they come across a blank spot in your lawn, then they're going to be able to find a root. And that's exactly what happens, is some of these weeds find a place that they can grow. What we have in our body is a 98.6 degree temperature and moisture. So if you think about it, it's the perfect place for bacteria to grow. And what we have inside of us is billions of bacteria that don't do us any harm, but they take up space. They basically make it impossible for really bad bacteria to take root. Now, sometimes a bacteria infection happens, and so when that goes on, if you allow your body's own immune system to take over and take care of that, you don't have an issue. However, when you take an antibiotic, then there's a good chance that some of the good bacteria is going to be destroyed also. And that's where the big problem comes in. And that opens you up to more different types of bacterial infection because that good stuff is basically taking a shovel out of the front yard and leaving open, beautiful soil for anything that comes its way to take root. So that right there is a big problem with the antibiotics. Now, what this particular research is showing us is that if you have bad bacteria in the gut, they have proven, at least in mice, that it affects the way the mice's brain functions. So we can only assume that that's exactly what happens in humans also. That if you get a really bad infection in your gut, that it can literally affect how your brain functions. So this is really great awareness of a pretty big problem here. We overprescribe antibiotics, huge, in most industrialized countries. So if somebody suggests that you take something, make sure it's a last resort. Make sure that you've given your body every chance it can have to fix itself. Now, one of the most important things that you can do about this is to make sure your nervous system is working well, because if it is, that means that your body's immune system is working at its peak potential. If you have a problem with the nervous system, your immune system cannot function as well as it should, and that could be a reason why you're having an issue. So I wanted to bring this one up because this article was so good, and I hope you have a very beautiful and healthy day. If you have any questions, please call the office, 402-333-4848. If you're sick and you think, wow, maybe I should look into this instead of going right away to the medical doctor, come in, get an appointment real quick. We'll do a quick check. I'll actually do it for $5. All right, just come in. We'll do a full computer check, everything like that, and we'll make sure that we get to the bottom of anything that you have going on. If you have a question that you'd like to email to us, it's askdrjackb, that's B-E-E, @gmail.com, or you can just walk into the office and do it. Have a healthy day.